Awesome possum. And welcome in, Gyms and Gymettes, to another installment of No Substitute for Sports. This is episode 7 on the agenda. And yes, we are a day late because Mike had to readjust his vision to the light. He also just went on a darkness retreat. My name is Nick Johnston. Jam-packed episode today. NFL season is over. So bring on the background sports like the XFL, Savannah Bananas, Banana Ball, and sure enough, USFL soon to come. I want to talk some of the XFL elements that we can add to the NFL. And Aaron Rodgers is a racist. More on that later. We're coming off of a mixed reaction to the NBA All-Star Weekend. Trade deadline might be over, and still got a couple players moving around in the NBA, so that's pretty cool. Not on the Blackhawks side of things, kind of different transition, but we got a special phone call, special voice message. We'll be breaking us down. Wild Bill's gonna be helping us with that. Let's see wrestling pay-per-view results between Elimination Chamber, New Japan's Battle at the Valley. We got some Twitter beef between Tony Khan and Ariel Helwani. And of course, we'll wrap it up with the Last of Us episode recap with some major spoilers incoming. Stay tuned for all that and more. That's at the end. Exactly. Stay tuned for all that and more. Joining me today, as always, is the CEO and founder of Fat Cat _streams. He is Mikey J. Fat Cat. How you doing tonight? How was Ant-Man and the Wasp the other day. That was the actual reason you were gone.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I've seen everybody hating it online, but I thought it was all right. I thought it was a typical Marvel movie,
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to get those filler ones in, and it's just sit there for a laugh. That's all right. The only one I did, I mean, no big deal, no skin off my bones. Luis Perez wasn't in there. His character wasn't in there. And that was a big hullabaloo and howdy do, and everyone was, but the director was like, he didn't fit the story. Sometimes characters aren't
they basically were in the quantum realm, like from right at the beginning, and there's like no reason for him to be there. I mean, I like Paul Rudd, so that's fine.
Exactly. I mean, he's fine.
Funny.
Everyone, again, people are probably on that same notion, like, oh, he's not, can't take him seriously just because he's Paul Rudd. I mean, you got to take that out of the equation. It's just a Marvel movie, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if it's something fun to do, something fun to check out over the weekend, that seems pretty cool. I know Cocaine Bear's coming out soon, so I think maybe we'll gather up together and go see that. Otherwise, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, if you're all good on that, I figure we like I said, jam-packed episode. I actually still have some appetizers to get into, some quick little fun little stories. I mean, figure we start off with that if you're good to go.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. I don't know. People have seen this, and maybe they've seen it in stores already. Pepsi and Peeps have combined their powers to create one of the most unholy concoctions I might have seen in quite some time. Marshmallow Peep flavored Pepsi has hit the stores for a limited time, and I snagged a bottle right here. I'm gonna go ahead and give a live taste test right now in your face. So let's go ahead.
What?
Crack that bad boy open. I mean, just for the sake of aesthetics, I don't know. And hopefully this comes in nice. Coming in looking at this all yellow bottle. It says limit. If you can't see, it says limited edition 2023. So again, if anyone collecting some crazy Pepsi bottles or some crazy Pepsi things, let's go ahead and let's try this. Like I said, just cracked it open. First time trying it. Let's see. Cheers.
Cheers. What?
Wow. You know what? Excuse me. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe I was expecting it to be bad. It's really sweet. It just tastes like just a marshmallow drink, maybe a cream, almost like cream soda type drink. It's not half bad.
I thought it was gonna be horrible.
Yeah, I kind of expected it to be too. It's not half bad. I'm not gonna jump for joy and give it a 10 out of 10. I'd say a 6.5 out of 10. It's not that bad. It's not great. I mean, I don't want, like I said, I don't want to just maybe oversell it or undersell it. It's really good. Still got that Pepsi taste and a little sweet, like I said, like almost like a cream soda, creamy. I don't know. I'm not the best when it comes to tasteful words and have a tasteful palate. I'm a little trashy when it comes to that. But like I said, I was getting ready for the worst, and like I said, not too bad. I would give it a go. someone said, "Yeah,
Wow.
I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. It's you got my seal of approval, Pepsi. I was like I said in my intro, I was label it an unholy concoction. Not that bad. I actually
Yeah.
had a little list of a couple other things that we could have, expecting it to be bad. I had a couple other combinations, maybe like Lucky Charms and Sprite. Maybe that could be a new soda.
No.
No. Maybe how
Don't
about
fuck with Sprite.
oh, don't fuck with Sprite. Okay, I mean that's a hard one for you. I understand. Your
This?
Sprite to you is Mountain Dew for me, so I get you. I feel you on that one. How about hot Cheeto flavored root beer? Would you try hot
No.
Cheeto flavored root beer?
What
Oh
I do with
man.
that is uncap it and pour it down the fucking toilet. That's what I do with that.
How about this? Plain tap water and Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, that sounds like it's right down one of our friends' alley.
Oh man, I mean, I would again. I'm kind of with you. If I saw that someone trying to drink that, I would just slap it out of their mouth and be like, "Do you know what you're putting into your body?" Oh, it's again 23 flavors. They're all just awful. I don't understand how Dr.
Well, the
Pepper could
person
exist.
I'm talking about, I'd let him, just let it ruin. Who
Of
knows what
course.
that Dr. Pepper's gonna do?
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, again, Pepsi Peeps. Not that bad. Not that bad. Well, oh, maybe that'll be the thumbnail. I'll hold it long enough so YouTube can set it up like that. There we go. Like a 3-second pose like Edge and Christian used to do. We'll give you guys 3 seconds to do a screenshot. Ready. I got 2 more up your alley, I think, for appetizer wise. Let's see.
What? How many
Mickey,
mozzarella sticks do we have?
what the? Yeah, we got mozzarella sticks. We got some jalapeno poppers thrown around. You got some
Holy
the
shit.
potato wedges, cheesy potato wedges. Here's one for you. Mickey
Mm-hmm.
Mouse, he's going to be public domain come January 2024.
No.
So I don't know what this means exactly.
It
Besides, it's going to
means
be
that
similar.
anyone can do whatever
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want with
exactly.
him.
Yeah, it's going to be similar to exactly that what just happened with the Winnie the Pooh. How they just had Winnie the Pooh blood and honey. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. So the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse is going to be up for just basically up for grabs. Anyone's going to be able to use it. You'll be probably seeing it in Family Guy and shit like that. So, exactly. Some fake article from from Mousetrap News had posted it, and it went viral saying that it was going to be completely replaced. Mickey Mouse is going to be replaced by a new mascot named Figment. However, it's come to light that of course Mousetrap News is a completely fake news site. It's upfront about it. It's not like it's trying to hide in the weeds. It's almost like it says almost there you go. That's that Pepsi Peeps right there.
Hmm.
They're kind of like the Onion and whatnot. So there you go. Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse up there, ready to go. But again, no talk of them actually replacing Mickey Mouse as the mascot. So yeah, as a avid Disney. I always get it mixed up. Disney World, Disneyland. Which one's out in Florida? Either one.
It's Disney World.
Yeah, as an avid Disney World goer, your family's all into the Disney. How is this going to affect? How's this going to affect the household? How's this going to be?
I don't know how much it's gonna to affect Disney itself. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
Disney, I feel like Disney World will be fine,
yeah.
but it's going to be weird with the movies they make and stuff regarding Mickey Mouse. Like, 'cause there's going to be definitely some movie with Mickey Mouse just like killing people. And
Yeah, exactly.
my
Between
dad will
that,
like read about it and be like, "What?" Like, it's-
yeah, between that or like or one of our favorite YouTubers, Meat Canyon, might do something like that and just
mm,
completely just turn him into something
yeah, I didn't
horrifying
even
and
think about
yeah,
that.
it's up for anyone's grabs and yeah, I'm sure someone will be hopefully super creative with it and turn it into something that we're just listening off the top of our heads. We have no idea what it can even be. So
But Disney could still use Mickey
oh
Mouse
yeah,
and
no,
stuff.
that's exactly yeah, exactly. I think it's just the old timey Steamboat Willie type of Mickey Mouse where it's just then just had his hat
Yeah.
pop off and food and shit like that. So
yeah,
just be like that. Otherwise, I'm sure the current Mickey Mouse is all locked up, ready to go. If you do anything like that besides South Park, I guess you're gonna get in trouble. So there's that. One last one, again, kind of up your alley. You're a big Star Wars guy, of course. So are you gonna get tickets for the Empire Strips Back, a Star Wars burlesque show going around in the local area? Are you going to be attending one of those shows?
Yeah, me and Bill were talking about that. Yeah,
No
we're in.
way.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I've been
looks
seeing it
awesome.
nonstop on my Facebook. I have no intention of doing that. I don't even know what that is. It's just they're dancing around and getting all somewhat nude, just about
Yeah.
nude.
I remember there was I was reading the description, the line that got us was they said, "These are the droids you're looking for." And we were like, "Yeah, that's all we needed."
There you go. You're locked in. You're
We
ready
might have
for
just
the
been fucking around, who knows? We might probably won't go, but it did seem fun.
Hey man. I guess yeah, there's no substitute for sports. I guess there's a substitute for Star Wars a little bit. So there you go.
Mm.
Nice one right there. That seems pretty good. Yeah, again, I don't know what that can entail. Bunch of I don't know. The one thing I saw was like really they gave C3PO boobs. I was just like, all right,
Yeah.
that's where I'm gonna draw the line. That's where everything stops
Let me
being
find the
erotic.
description that they had for it. Hang
Yeah,
on.
no, definitely wild. They
I'll read it on here.
yeah, again, it's just I don't know what the ticket, I don't know exactly when, where, why it's gonna happen, but sure enough, the Empire strips back a Star Wars
All
burlesque
right, this
show.
is the description.
There we go.
It says, "Let us deliver you to the dark side with comedy and allure, loving detail and hilarious parody. The Empire Strips Back drops classic Star Wars characters into the world of burlesque. Be prepared for some seriously sultry stormtroopers, a dangerously enticing Boba Fett,
Oh my god.
a delightfully lukewarm Tauntaun, a ladylike Skywalker, and then yeah, the droids you are looking for, and much more." That is, oh my goodness.
Oh god. So yeah, if you didn't think it could get any
So
worse,
if you're a Star Wars fan, right down your
yeah,
alley.
might have some free time, and I don't know. Again, I don't know, maybe Valentine's Day didn't treat you right. Maybe you can treat yourself to a little bit of Star Wars burlesque. There you
Sounds
go.
like a fun night.
Hopefully you're not full from those appetizers. We can hop into the main course over here. We got all four major sports here ready to roll. Dealer's choice. We can start off with, like I said, I had some NFL stuff. We can get into maybe a little that little Aaron Rodgers thing if you want to get into that, or if you wanted to talk NBA All-Star weekend. That was obviously the most recent, most relevant thing going on.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about NBA just because it just happened recently.
Yeah, no. All right, for
But
sure. Oh,
what?
oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
oh,
no. Yeah, definitely. All right, we'll start off with the NBA. Uh, Obviously, yeah, exactly what we just said. All-Star break. I got winners and losers. I can guess we can just start off with that, or if you had just the overall just take lore from the weekend. I thought it was okay. I know
hmm.
couple of players, couple of coaches, and I know fans are always bitching and moaning, but as far as the game itself, I would never expect defense. So if anyone sat there and expected a defensive showing, that wasn't going to happen. A 180, 185 to 175 or whatever the final score was, something ridiculously
Yeah,
high.
something like that.
That's insane. Scoring almost 200 points is redonkulous. I can get where people are absolutely upset. Just the 8 people going off to the side and it's one-on-one basketball. I did, however, enjoy, the third quarter. It feels like to me that Tatum was going absolutely off, but I think Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell had some just straight up half court shots being made. So that was pretty cool. That seemed entertaining to me enough. That kind of made up for it a little bit. Otherwise, had some pretty good highlights. Antetokounmpo didn't play. He made the first 2 points, sat out, and I believe he's still dealing with a hand injury. LeBron did get a hand injury during this game, so I wish I could say that some people came out unscathed, but that really isn't the case. Overall, like I said, I believe Jaylen Brown had that thing, just that this was a bona fide layup line. Mark Malone, not Post Malone, head coach of the Denver Nuggets, he was not happy about it at all. I don't remember exactly the quote, but that one went viral pretty much. Again, just as a fan, if you expect the defense, it needs to get better. I don't have anything to solve it other than it's just a mindset. These guys have no intention of trying to get hurt or just making it not competitive. I don't know. There needs to be something. They're doing their best, but yeah, it's kind of that argument I made a couple weeks ago with the LeBron thing. It's just why is scoring impressive when just no one plays defense at all? It's just exactly that. Just a bona fide layup line, not just in this game, but in most of the other games. So I don't know. Overall, like I said, I'll get into winners and losers, but what was your overall takeaways and overall outlook on the All-Star weekend?
I mean, I'll say I didn't really see much of it, but I saw clips and stuff, but I just saw people talking so much shit about the game,
Yeah.
people saying it was the worst game in a while, and the dunk contest seems like it was fun, at least. So
of course I missed that. I was watching Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We were watching that at where we were at, so I did not see the dunk contest, but I saw the clips of the Mac McClung guy. It seemed like he went insane. So
yeah,
that's cool. And Damian
if you
Lillard
didn't
won
already
the
know,
3-point.
NBA put up on YouTube basically a condensed dunk contest, all of the made dunks that were scored, all played through. So if you want to it's only like 11 minutes long. I went ahead and watched it. Pretty good. Didn't look like anyone screwed up all too much. And again, that Mac McClung guy just absolutely took it home. So that was pretty awesome. Very entertaining.
That guy is unstoppable in the dunk contest.
A Bulls legend. Could have had him stick around, but nope. We got too greedy. Yeah. 3-point contest. I mean, just again, I'll get to winners and losers, and I might as well get started on that if you had any other comments to get through. But yeah, I can get started on that.
We can.
Yeah, I'll go at winner celebrity game. Very fun, very competitive. I think it's the most all-starry thing going on right now just not only in the NBA and all across. Maybe the MLB All-Star Celebrity Softball game is also kind of in that realm of just like, I don't know. It's just so much fun. I don't know. It's just so between the legends that they throw in this year, they had that Ruffles shake up or whatever it was. So I think for 2 minutes in the first quarter, you hit that button, points were doubled. Second quarter, 6-on-6. Third quarter, they had a legend come in. I think Carlos Boozer and Richard Jefferson for each team. And then I don't know what happened in the fourth quarter, but it was wild. It was absolutely wild. It came down to it was pretty close. It was actually one of the most competitive things, probably the most competitive game that went on throughout this weekend. To be fair, I didn't watch the Saturday night, the Rising Stars challenge, which that's kind of turned into a little mini tournament up to 40, which I don't know. I used to like the other way where it was either USA versus the world, or it was just simply the East versus West Rising Stars. I think they kind of just have to go back to that format. That might just simply get it back to being the most competitive, just having your home field, home jerseys and, representing your conference type deal. That needs to be maybe get to the nuts and bolts of it, the nitty gritty of it. Either way, like I said, winner celebrity game. I think that was probably one of the most, just like I said, the best put on basketball game of the weekend. Loser in that same sentence, I'm going to say the Miz. He got fouled, but made that half court shot that would have probably, allowed them to win. And because beyond that, there was also a 4-point line. So he would have had the 4 points, got fouled, and probably attempted a free throw, and they would have been tied already. But it's a celebrity game. They ended the clock. No time. Doesn't matter. So haha, you're a loser, the Miz. So you're a loser for the Miz. Miz loser. Winner, Matt McClung, just mentioned him earlier. Not only, won the dunk contest, but same thing we were kind of just saying. Maybe somebody, yeah, I guess I don't know, resurrected it. We said that a few years ago with, I guess, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, but then it slowly died the next year after. So it'll go back and forth. Like I said, again, of course, I missed it because I was watching Elimination Chamber. In hindsight, I wish I would have, stuck around and actually watched the dunk contest instead, and not really wasted my time with the Elimination Chamber. Either way, he gets his insanity moment. He'll just be forever, I guess. I mean, I don't want to hate on him, but maybe not going to be star-studded caliber talent. He's going to forever have a job, maybe on the practice squad, or maybe shoot him over to Japan or China. As long as he gets paid, that's fine with me. Loser, Kevin Hoyter. I don't know. I think if you watched it, between Kevin Hoyter and anyone who thought the 3-point contest should main event Saturday's festivities, yeah, he scored 8 points. Pretty brutal. I think Julius Randle made more than him, which, I mean, again, just that's terrible considering Julius Randle isn't a 3-point shooter by any means. Yeah, Kevin Hoyter, he's a big 3-point guy. Didn't
That's
get it
ridiculous.
done. Awful. I think it is the worst recorded 3-point points round in a 3-point contest, something like that. It is atrocious. I mean, I don't mean to hate on the guy. I obviously wouldn't do any better, but when 3-point is basically king, and everyone was the argument of who cares about that dunk contest? Let's make the 3-point shootout. That's gonna be the main event. I mean, it wasn't even really just him. Jason Tatum had a really bad showing, and he actually got into the next round because, again, Kevin Hoyter shit the bed. Julius Randle was there. These guys just didn't get the job done. Whatever. I don't want to hate on it anymore. Winner, Team Giannis. Obviously, they won, Team Giannis, but Giannis being mic'd up should be the best thing ever. That's just obviously a win, just in general. I believe it was Reggie Miller that said it best. Just keep him, and I think he also said Luka Doncic, but either way, keep him mic'd up at all times. When they're chicken dinner,
yeah,
right?
there
we go.
that was funny.
Great soundbite. It's gonna be a great meme. Loser, defense, mixed reactions from the fans, like we just mentioned. Game just completely, lack of defense, no competitiveness, took the people's interest completely out of the game for the most part. You can either see this as a loser for the defensive side or a winner for one-on-one showdowns and half-court shots, like I said, however you want to spin it. It's exactly like I said. Mike Malone, not a fan. Jaylen Brown, not a fan. Feel free to search around and see exactly what they said, but yeah, I think they said it pretty well for themselves overall. I kind of, like I said, I kind of finally checked out. I caved. I accepted the fact that these high scoring affairs were just going to happen. No defense was going to be played, and I got exactly what it was. So I bet on Team Giannis. I was able to revel. Maybe that's why I'm not so upset. I actually made some money off of the weekend. Maybe I get a little bit more salty on more hateful towards the All-Star weekend if I lost, but either way, I don't think that would have been that big of a deal losing my $3. So I don't know. I've been saying this for years. The nature of the game has just changed. No defense anymore. So I don't know why just all of a sudden overnight we would just expect it to be a defensive showdown. So either way, I'm gonna give it a in between thumbs up and in the middle. So I had fun watching the game. Again, if you want to sit there and be like one of the I don't know, an old head and be upset about it, I didn't expect defense from the beginning. So there it is. That's my list of winners and losers. That's basically the All-Star weekend in my mind. Had some they had that, of course, the games and all the festivities. Like I said, I think the NBA, the celebrity game, is probably one of my most fun things. I don't know why. It's to me, it was like the, I don't know, little nostalgia thing. As a kid, I was always looking forward to the celebrity game more often than the actual all-star game, for the exact reason. It's just like, it's just gonna be LeBron, not being played defense on. I want to see the Miz or Kelvin Johnson or DK Metcalf had a fun weekend. He got a random drug test after dunking in the celebrity game, and also having that fake video go around. So that interesting
was
enough.
crazy.
Yeah, he had an interesting weekend, so that was pretty cool. either way, like I said, I'm okay with it. I can understand why people are upset, but it's just one of those things that it would be a massive overhaul, not just to the All-Star game, but to the overall just layout of the league and the mindset of these players. So between them complaining about that, they also complain about like why people probably couldn't get invested in the dunk contest. Besides Matt McClung, making them like it and enjoy it because he was so athletic and good. But there was no one, there's no household names that people could grasp onto. So this idea that, oh, John Morant, I need 1 billion likes on this post to get into the dunk contest, or just again, just I mean, you can name off of every single big name that's not going to participate, and whether it was because of LeBron being up front saying he's not going to do it, or just the overall idea of I don't want to get hurt or not have my I don't know. There's a bunch of reasons. Still burping from that Pepsi. Yeah. Either way, you can rattle off a bunch of lists and things of reasons why things aren't as good, but you could also just enjoy it for what it was. So I think it was okay. I won't lose sleep over it. Let the kids have fun. Let the kids have fun. So
Ooh.
either way, I mean, but I won't say like exactly that. The most like all-star game that actually is like an all-star game, and it still is most like the game itself. Probably the MLB all-star game. These guys are still throwing heat, still trying to make contact with the ball, still trying to win, even though it's not necessarily for anything. I think they do it for charity now, but still, it's fun. It's fun. That's why I think the celebrity game is still good. So I won't backtrack on it any longer. Any final thoughts on the All-Star weekend for you?
I'd say I wish I saw more of it. Honestly, I do wish I saw more of it so I could speak on it more, but I only saw really a few amount of clips and only what comments and tweets people said. So
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
it's,
enough.
I just saw mostly negative stuff, but yeah. I mean, again, the dunk contest seemed cool and that I didn't plan on watching the All-Star game because I know it's how it always goes. It's
Yeah,
always
you
the
can just
same
see
shit.
highlights and pass by on the tickety tockety or just YouTube, like you just said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like, yeah, the celebrity game is always fun. I always like those celebrity games. I mean, just like you said, like that's how I am with like the award shows and stuff. Because like I have like nostalgia with that. Like my
yeah,
family, I always just watch those kind of stuff, and it's like you love those celebrity games, so they're great. They're
yeah. I think
awesome.
it's I think it's exactly that. Just when you're like, oh shit, he can dunk, or I don't know, when 21 Savage uh crosses someone over. I don't know if he did that during the game, but like that just like what? I think Justin Timberlake did that a couple of years ago. It's just like you wouldn't know. And then like the Secretary of Education when Barack Obama was in office, like bro, he was balling the fuck out for 2 seasons in a row. I think he was MVP like two also like exactly that. Like I wouldn't know.
Wow.
Exactly. So it's just fun little niche little things like that. I think it's absolutely hilarious. And I mean, Kevin Hart being in there for as many seasons as he was, that was also entertaining. So it's exactly that. I think it's the most fun all-starry thing that goes on during the weekend. So there you go. That's exactly that. That's why I had the most fun with it. There was that. There was the NBA app, this VR feature. If you went ahead and saw that, Adam Silver went ahead and scanned. I'm Rashad Ahmad Rashad uh, into a highlight dunk in which exactly that he was able to put a virtual reality scan of himself onto a player. He went ahead and dunked the ball. I guess this is just going to be a new feature in the NBA app. Didn't really look into it. I think it's one of those things probably where people are going to be very excited for the first couple times they do it, and then they're going to put it down and never think about it ever again. So cool feature. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I saw the clip of that. It's just stupid. They tried to do the digital jerseys like a couple years ago, and those never went anywhere. So it's just not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, they're swinging and missing on the digital front for a lot of these things. I know they just had their version of like an NFT where they're just selling highlights and stuff like that. It's just I could see that on YouTube, and I don't need to own a steal from Lonzo Ball and think that's going to be valuable in the future, or a Scottie Pippen jump shot or something like that. I think that's going to be, yeah, just in value. I don't know. I think there's going to be a huge, with all this AI talk, everything's like there's going to be this big thing of like, oh, sure, it's going to be easy to churn out AI generated material and products, but the value of things that are made by an actual human, I think that's going to soar through the roof. And I think the idea of like authenticity from a person is going to be more valued over than just an AI generated thing. So, I
Mm-hmm.
could prove me wrong, and I'm sure a fucking computer is going to take away everything that I know and love. So that's going to be fine. Either way, that's just going off on a tangent.
Okay,
Uh,
get ready for that.
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Players still on the move, moving around. Kevin Love to the Miami Heat. Good on him. He gets bought out from Cleveland. Westbrook, we thought we were getting him on the Chicago side. He ends up going to the Clippers. We'll see if that helps. I love the one picture. It was the background for the Clippers backboard, and it was just completely shattered between the bricks that Paul George and Westbrook are going to be putting up in
Oh
it.
my God.
And well, we still got a point guard. We got our wish version of Russell Westbrook. We got Pat Beverly coming home to Chicago. I think this is a better time than ever, I guess, to do a Bulls check-in. So, I mean, yeah, from those three names, what was your overall take? Again, maybe just being yeah, were you disappointed from not getting Westbrook? What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, when they didn't get Westbrook, there was somewhat disappointment. Because I really did think the Bulls would be a bit better with them, and I mean, I'm Patrick Beverly is nothing near Westbrook. Like I would have rather had Westbrook, but you know, I'll take Beverly. So neither of them would have helped the Bulls get to the championship or the playoffs, I don't think. But I don't know.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I'm kind of leaning that we don't get there at all, meaning playoff wise. I want a lottery pick. I want a high draft lottery pick. I'm sick of sitting in purgatory of being a Bulls fan. I guess that's a nice transition of what I want to kind of talk about and get into. Just what is this? What I don't know what exactly what we're trying to do as Bulls. I haven't been. I don't know about you. I haven't been this checked out on the Bulls in a very long time. I can't believe that we're 60 plus games into the season, and I just don't care. I don't care at all. And it's just simply I think it's just because the players don't care. Front office feels like I don't feel like they care. They didn't get anything right these past couple draft picks, and I know you guys have been a fan of a couple, maybe Patrick Williams getting around, but I don't feel like he's not developing, simply not developing. I've been on this boat of we need to not only just get at this point we can't trade Kobe White, just get rid of him. He's just not.
oh.
Just get rid of him. Not a factor. We gave up on Wendell Carter. We gave up on Laurie Markin, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other names that we went ahead and just poo-pooed on that we don't have anymore because we drafted them and they just ended up being dog. They're just awful. So I don't know. It's getting absolutely ridiculous that we just can't get the draft right. I guess it's a mixture of not having layup spots, not having the 1, 2, 3 overall see, but we get the fourth spot and we pick Patrick Williams. So it's frustrating on my end. I don't see him getting any better. We keep botching draft picks. Like I said, you struggle and we get the wish version of what we want. We get Patrick Beverly, and
Hmm.
he again. I think I may have said this in the past where he's kind of like Marcus Smart, or he's you hate him until he's on your team. I don't know if I like him still, and he's on our team. He's already put a distraction. He's promising this, saying we're going to beat the Lakers and make sure that they don't get into the playoffs. Like, dude, why are you putting a target on our back when we're 7, 8, 9 games below 500? We're sitting 3 or 4 games. We're not even in a chance to make the playoffs as of right now. We're not even in the play. We're not even the playing game. And you want
Yeah,
to
he
talk
is being a little too
he's
confident.
doing way I mean, he's doing way too much right now. And I appreciate it. You want to get a little fire and a little spark, but you also have to be realistic. And I'm trying to be realistic here, and it's just not happening. So I don't know. And again, I don't want it to happen because I want a higher draft pick, and this guy's gonna come in and just he's gonna have his championship is just gonna be beating LeBron James, and that's going to be it. It's like his Denslow Cup from semi-pro. I was like, oh boy, fourth place, and like that's not a championship. That's not anything, dude. You got fourth place, and in our chances is most likely we're going to get 12th place, so that's fine. Either way, I mean, there's that. I'm not again. So apparently, looking at that, I'm not a huge fan of it. Yeah, I got hate on a comment that I put on Facebook. It's like, oh boy, can't wait for those 6 points per game from Patrick Beverley, and everyone's dogging on me. Oh, clearly you don't watch the games. We don't need 6 points. We don't need the scoring. We need defense. We need this. We don't need scoring in a game where we need to outscore our opponent. Are you what? When is there ever this idea that we don't need more scoring in the league where, again, I've made mention to, no longer defense is a factor. Defense is turned into let's shoot more threes and make more threes and make more points than just to outscore the other opponent is more defense, not actually playing physical defense as defense anymore. Hopefully that makes sense to those, but it's just no longer a factor. No longer a factor. So this idea of we need a guy in there that's gonna shake things up and get in Zach LaVine's face. Why? So he can curl up into a bigger ball that he's already doing. He doesn't show up to games. He hasn't showed up and had a big stat sheet game in I don't know how long. Can't win with him. Can't win without him. If you put him on another championship caliber team, I can't say confidently that he would even be the third option. He should probably be the fourth option on teams at this point. If you're behind DeMar DeRozan and probably Vooch at this point, how are you a max contract guy if you're the second or third option on this team? Absolutely ridiculous. So you know what? I've been a huge component for Zach LaVine. Get out of here. You're done, dude. DeMar DeRozan, I love you, king of the mid range. You're not getting any younger. I don't see anything. I don't see any more from that. So if you want to stick around for the ride, go do it. Feel free. Not going to be winning anytime soon. And knowing that our money is going to be going to waste probably with Vucevic most likely resigning. Again, we bona fide giant soccer star, 7-foot guy who just doesn't move, doesn't play defense, black hole. He gets, I guess the best way that I've heard it, he puts up empty calorie stats, puts up these double doubles that just simply doesn't matter. So again, hate sitting in this basement, hate sitting in I'm not even going to say purgatory. We're in hell. We are in hell as Bulls fans. This is absolutely terrible. This is atrocious. So again, and last little thing, I try to, I wanted to make it funny and wanted to make it good, but there was an update as of late. I don't know, should I call him COVID ball or Lonzo 19? Because this 2-week injury has turned into almost 2 years of him being out, and it's official now. He's done for the year. So I'm putting my hands up. I got nothing else. I don't know what we want to do here. Tank, and more tanking. We want that 7'5" guy from Mets 95 or whatever the hell his name is. I think that's it. I got nothing else on the Bulls before I get like any more red in the face. What do you got on these guys?
So I mean, you just said any possible thing I could have said. You just went off on them, man.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm absolutely sick of it. I mean, I know that tickets are probably going to sell. I don't know what it is. Usually the United Center is almost number one. Yeah, I mean, they had that attendance record for a long time between the Blackhawks and the Bulls, selling out games all the time. I don't know if that's the case anymore. It might be that thing now where like, hey, come see the Denver Nuggets, come see MVP versus our Bulls. It might be one of those type deals where you're trying to sell the other team to come see the Bulls, where the Bulls just aren't the main attraction to come actually watch a game at the United Center. So maybe it's that. I don't know. Like I said, have not had any fun as a Bulls fan this year. Completely checked
I
out.
do agree with you with that. I've never wanted to just be like, let's watch the Bulls. Woo.
Yeah, no, it's been eyebrow raising. And I mean, just a couple times you're like, yeah, let's get together. Maybe you guys want to watch the Bulls game? I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah,
God.
so we could get destroyed.
Yeah, fuck. So we can blow another fourth quarter lead. I don't know. There's no discipline. Prove me wrong. I hope Patrick, that's exactly what it is. I can go off and have this little fit and be just loud and annoying and whatever. And I'm sitting here saying, I hope I'm wrong. Patrick Beverley, prove me wrong. Somehow whip this team around and turn into a championship team, but it's not going to happen. And even if we do slip into the playoffs as a 10, 9, 8 seed, what's our prize? An ass whooping from Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks or Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. So again, I don't even want to see that. Four game again. The big prize is, hey, come down to the United Center for 2 games guaranteed to go see Giannis absolutely just fucking clap our cheeks. So I'm
Oh,
not I'm not ready for that. I don't want to hear that. I'd rather hear the and with the number 1 overall pick, the Bulls take blank. There you go.
Victor, when I don't know his last
Exactly.
name.
Exactly. Either way. Hopefully I got that all out of my system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it on that. I'll take a let me see. I'll take a quick breather, try and find my phone, and I'll go ahead and quick transition. If you're good on NBA, or excuse me, if you're good on NBA, yeah, we can transition into some NFL. I almost completely shot over that.
Yeah.
It's completely screwed over my notes.
Yeah, if you ever see me staring in this direction, I'm watching AEW.
Yeah, no, I got that going on right now behind me. I think they're doing
If
the
anyone ever just sees me and wonders, like, what the, like, why is
yeah.
it he
We
doing
got
that?
Danielson going on right now, talking some ish.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sky
excuse me.
Blue and Soraya was just on. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely, like I said, I got to record, and I'll probably watch it on ×4 speed during whatever. Either way, like I said, transitioning into NFL. Let's see. Even though we didn't have any season going on, I had some quick things I wanted to talk about. The XFL, that actually kicked off. We actually picked our squads among our friend groups. I'm repping the Seattle Sea Dragons. Hopefully you guys saw that Ben DiNucci to Josh Gordon connection. It's going to be unstoppable. It's going to be absolutely unstoppable. But we already saw that in week 1. How they did lose, however. While the games and the drama aren't going to be as intense as the NFL, I'm sure, you could still throw it on in the background, and, we could still actually look at the XFL games. And I think there can be a couple things that could be applied to the NFL almost right away. And, I have a list here, and I'm sure, again, if you watch the games, I'm not gonna be upset if you didn't. So here's a couple of rules, couple of things that I thought were pretty cool and played out pretty well throughout the week. So I like the transparent booth reviews, having just the camera in there with the microphone. We saw
Yeah,
Gene Steratore going over what was essentially like the pick. It was a pick touchdown in the end zone, almost like the almost like the Seattle Green Bay game. I mean, whether or not the call was right, I just like the idea of being in there, talking, hearing the mindset, hearing the playthrough. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Just again, just exactly that. Just being able to know what they're thinking at that exact time, not being in that like, what's going on? What are they looking at? Why are they looking at it for so long? He was just play by play, thinking out loud, ready to go. So I think that was pretty cool. Something the NFL should have installed yesterday. I like the formation of the kickoffs. Their goal of this was to make less touchbacks, and I don't know if you saw this. It could be modified for sure. I'm sure it would definitely be for the NFL just because he's probably bigger, faster, stronger. The way they had it was the kicker and the return man are the only two people that are able to move until the return man has the ball and starts going. All the other people are lined up 5 yards away from each other, and there may be about they're on the 20 or so. They're on the 20, they're on the 30-yard line. So again, the idea was to encourage less touchbacks and encourage more returns out of it. And again, it's still safer because the guys are so close together. They don't get that running head start to absolutely just
yeah.
plow through you like you don't exist. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And again, I saw the stat, only 8% of kickoffs in the XFL were touchbacks, as opposed to in the NFL, I think it was right around 60, 70 mark. So it's not a guarantee that you're going to get a return for a touchdown. It's just more exciting and a bigger chance of a breakaway or much more yardage on a making a kickoff not so difficult. And again, making it a little bit safer, I think, in my mind. So I thought it was like that. As some people might think it's a little childlike, a little elementary. I don't know. If you can take unnecessary risk out of the game, unnecessary injury, I'm all for it. No more onside attempts. They do a 4th and 15 from the 25. I think that's awesome, and that ended up leading to one of the better one of the better endings on the week. A team was down 15-3 with a minute 40 left, and they ended up winning the game 18-15 because of the fourth down of this onside kick attempt, or not onside kick attempt necessarily, but again, a 4th and 15 attempt, converting that, going down, and then converting. You can either choose between a 1 point, a 2 point, or a 3 point conversion, which I also think should be implemented in some sort of aspect, but I'm okay if that one isn't really added all together. But again, it gives these teams a chance. It gives them a chance. If it's a 9-point swing, that's humongous in the game of football. So right there, that should already tell you. And the last one right here, I think this should just speak for itself. Penalty reviews. They can not only just throw the flag for reviewing a play, if they get called for a holding, if they get called for roughing the passer, or they get called for pass interference, they can challenge the penalty. That's reviewed. Again, speaks for itself. Don't really need to go into depth on that one. So any one of those jump out at you? Anything that needs to be implemented right away? Or again, maybe just something that I said that you're like, Nick, you're stupid. That shouldn't be in the game at all. So what are you thinking?
I like reviewing the penalties because that happens all the time in the NFL, and people are
Yeah.
always pissed off about that constantly. So that would be a good thing to do. And I don't know about the 2 and 3 point conversions or
Fair.
the 1-2. I don't know.
No,
It
fair. That's
seems
fair.
it seems too much like backyard football,
Okay. Yeah,
but
exactly. That's fair.
I do like it in the XFL is cool so far. I watched one of the games, the Vegas Vipers, the first one, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. I don't know, I liked it. I'll definitely watch more this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just good background stuff. I mean, again, nothing really to get too much, I guess, emotionally invested in unless these guys start going crazy. And I'm sure there'll be a backyard burner, hopefully like in one of those 45-40 point games or something crazy like that. Either way, yeah, that seems pretty
Yeah,
fun.
that'll be fun.
Let's see. Going through some more football stuff. Closing out on this. Bears close out on Arlington Park. Goodbye, Soldier Field. At least in the future. We're gonna exactly, at least for the games. Goodbye for Soldier Field. I'm sure they'll
Yeah.
still end up turning that into some
Yeah,
big
they'll
big
still
music
be.
hall.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Between concerts and just other big things going on, there'll still be some sort of business going on. But the plans for this Arlington Park, Arlington Heights, big dome, big, I don't know, big town village they're going to be adding on. It's going to be bringing in a ton of business, a new area, a new dome, which in my mind that means uh, probably a WrestleMania in the next couple of years, but a guaranteed. I didn't know this was the thing. When there's a new dome built, a new stadium built in the NFL, they are guaranteed a Super Bowl within 5 years. So that would be fucking sweet. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Not only just the chance of actually having it in your hometown, but I know tickets are going to be up the wazoo, but either way, just the chance, it'll be pretty cool. I think just between that, there'll be businesses flourishing, bars and restaurants, and probably adding a casino or something like that out there. There's all sorts of there's tons of potential. I think this is going to be awesome. And an added bonus, just for some of those people that might not be completely convinced that, like, oh, but we need the Soldier Field, we need the Chicago weather. That was actually a big deal, what affected Justin Fields' game, and he actually admitted that on one of the pardon my take, he was just on that a week or so ago. Not really the cold necessarily, that is still a big factor. He said he has to bundle up and that constricts him from running as fast, but it's mostly the wind, not being able to throw and being as accurate, having these 20+ mile per hour winds. And it's not just him, it's the stats that actually take that into account too. When winds are 20+ miles per hour, the under hits at like a 70+% clip or something like that. So he's got some. It's not just him. It's not just him saying that to be a whiny crybaby. It's legit. So again, more and more things to do that, have a controlled 75-degree temp environment, have him running around so he doesn't have to deal with all that mumbo jumbo. A+ for me. So that sounds awesome. Keep that going. I know, like I said, you're not the big Bears guy or whatever, but any thoughts on that? Like I said, you're a big wrestling fan, so maybe a good WrestleMania, get a big dome in there. So I think that'd be
oh
awesome.
yeah. If they had WrestleMania here or any like Royal Rumble or something, I'm
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, I would always love it. I love a Royal Rumble. It's right around. It's always been right around my birthday, so stuff like that. That would always be fun to do that. I think that's the goal. Maybe travel for a Royal Rumble. But I don't want to be like Troy in. I don't want to drop $17,000.
I mean, yeah, he was in the front row,
Yeah,
so
fair.
yeah, he got like the most expensive. Like he was eating dinner with wrestlers
Oh
and stuff. He
yeah.
got like the most expensive ticket.
We got the coin. Now we got to meet Rey
We
Mysterio.
got the coin.
Either
Hopefully,
way.
we meet Rey Mysterio.
Good stuff on the Bears. Good for them to
Yeah,
finally
that
get
will
this
be
going.
awesome.
Yeah,
They
can't wait
copy
for
the
that.
title town, but that's cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's also like there's already a downtown Arlington Heights, so I can only hope that some people and not only just encourage to go there, that little hut that they'll probably have, but then maybe check out the other areas. I know some people, they're either probably again, there could always be a mixed reaction between people actually enjoying it and just just like they're gonna take away from my business because they're a brand new spicy new business, so they're gonna I don't know. So hopefully there's enough to go around between the people that want to check out the new stuff and be around a bunch of people. There's gonna be the same amount of people that are like, I'm good with not all that noise. I'm gonna take it and cool back at this place over here. So
Yeah,
I think there's enough business, enough people to make the world go around. That's just my thought.
I
Let's
agree
see.
with that.
There we go. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's switch over from Bears talk, and maybe some people can tune out and just come back in a little bit. I always do mark the chapters.
Cool.
So Aaron Jones restructures his contract, maybe setting up some, maybe can set an example for the other Aaron that's on the team. We'll see how that goes. So I mean, just going to get your thoughts on that. What exactly was done, or what's going to be going on in the Packer side of things?
Hmm.
What's up? Oh no. Oh Jesus, I can already imagine. Oh geez, is should I put up one of those things where it says stay tuned or whatever? Technical difficulties. Well, in the meantime, I guess while he's getting ready, go ahead check out bit.ly/no sub bets. Get one risk-free bet up to $500. Must be 21 and over. Must be living in Illinois, or you can just be traveling by. Make sure you sign up with Bet Rivers. This is what it's for. Bet Rivers. You got a problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hopefully you can read my chicken scratch. But again, bit.ly/no sub bets is what we're looking at. So yeah, Mike guy, what are we doing? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Waiting for the big reveal. Here he is. Aaron Jones jersey in the flesh. Lift up the hood. Lift up the hood. There you go. Let him know who it is. Let him know how to spell that name.
It's because Aaron Jones is a true fucking Packer and will take a pay cut so we can sign other people and actually have a team that can compete for a championship and not be an egotistical fuck.
Yes.
That's why
Yes.
he took a $7 million pay cut to stay with the Packers when he could have signed with Miami. He could have signed with, Buffalo. He could have signed with a bunch of other teams, but he signed with the Packers. He took a pay cut to stay with us. He doesn't give a fuck about the other teams. He likes the cold. He wants to freeze. He wants to run. He wants to win surrounded by cheese. So I will wear this jersey all the time now. I love I always do anyway, but I love Aaron Jones. He's awesome.
Hey, man, respect. I had no idea he took a 7 million. I mean, that's a big chunk of cheese. That's a big chunk of cheese. That's huge. That's a chunk of change right there. I wish I had 7 million to say like, I don't need that. That is exactly mad respect, even though, like I said, not the biggest Bears, I'm not the biggest Packer guy, obviously, but he is also, he's a White Sox fan. I saw him rocking the hat, so I can't be not completely off the Aaron Jones train. Good fantasy player. That sounds awesome, and hats off to that. Like I said, hopefully the other Aaron can can take example
He
from
doesn't
that.
know any of this happened.
That's true.
He's in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, yeah, like I said, maybe kind of like what I said earlier, Aaron Rodgers, racist? I think
No.
it's a coincidence that Aaron Rodgers took this darkness retreat during the NBA All-Star weekend. A little suspect to me. I have a quote from BOZ Sports that claims he says, here it is. Yeah, I chose this weekend for a specific reason. Ain't no way I'm watching that nonsense. Now, why do you think he would say that, Mike?
Because it sucks.
Now, yeah, why do you think BOZ Sports would report on that? Why do you think they think he would say that?
The fuck is BOZ Sports?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it is an actual thing. If there wasn't, why would they have this other quote saying, I hope my family enjoys it? Of course, it being the NBA All-Star weekend. And of course, we all know that he has an estranged relationship with his family. So again, why? I don't know. I think this was a planned attack. I think this was a planned out idea for him to take this 4 days off and, just go into solitary confinement. Hopefully, I don't know, he might be pissing on his bed and running around and stubbing his toe and whatever the fuck. So I hope he's having the worst time. They were having this argument on the radio the other day. They're like, why would he do it from Friday through Monday? And they're all just like sitting there like, dude, it's the NFL offseason. Like the days of the week don't matter to him. Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. And again, he's
that's
also
true.
like, a millionaire. So again, like time shouldn't apply to him until the NFL season is coming up.
Yeah,
So.
those kind of people, like those kind of people and athletes don't live normal lives,
Yeah.
so they don't take that stuff into consideration.
Yeah,
They
dude.
don't have to wake up for work. They do whatever, like they just do whatever they
Yeah,
want.
Aaron Rodgers isn't like, oh no, it's Tuesday, it's trash day. Got to make sure the cans are out front. He doesn't care. Guadalupe takes care of that for him, or whoever. I don't know. I mean, yeah, exactly. Whoever's taking care of
I
him
imagine
while
Aaron
he knows.
Rodgers is like Will Ferrell and Anchorman 2 when he's in the lighthouse and like he thinks he's blind, but like I made like Aaron Rodgers like brushing his teeth with lobsters. I'm brushing my teeth with lobsters.
Don't finish me.
I can't see anything.
He's like,
Can't
I've
you
been eating
feel?
garbage.
Can't you feel it? I always
That's
love
my
it.
favorite
Can't you
part.
feel it's a lobster? I'm blind.
Oh my god, just so ridiculous. This is one of those ridiculous tangents I've ever seen. For the sake of being held on the holding myself to the fire. BOZ Sports isn't a real sports thing. I was
Wow.
just made it up. Just made it
Wow.
up. Just thought it was fun to play a joke on you. He's not entirely he's not a proven racist. We'll get it. We'll find him though. He'll
I
slip
knew
up.
that was false
He'll slip up.
reporting.
Don't worry. He'll slip up. We'll
That
catch him
was
playing video games, and he'll be on the games one day saying something stupid. Speaking of EA promising that Madden will be better. Otherwise, consequences will be coming down on their team, probably resulting in firings and all that jazz. Oh boy. I mean, I feel like we've heard this same old song and dance before. It feels like, I don't know, exactly that. It feels like I've heard this all before, all in a different singing and all in a different style. Even the video maybe 2 years ago acknowledging the hashtag fix Madden franchise from a few years ago. And, I don't know, man. It
I
seems to me
feel
like
like it might be different now. I don't
you
know,
think so.
just because this year was so bad and they lost like 60% of the servers, the
Yeah.
franchise is like that's one of the things that they mentioned in an article I was reading about that, and it's like, yeah, that's like a big deal. Like I bet a lot of
That's a
people
huge
complain.
deal.
Yeah, I bet a
Imagine
lot of people complained about
I just
that.
saw Elden Ring sold 20 million units.
Hmm.
Imagine 60% of those don't work. That's kind of, I mean, it's kind of a red herring. It's a big straw man argument, but just the idea that if you logged into a game and you only had a 40% chance of that game working, I think you would go on to a new game.
Yeah.
I would, that would just be my guess. Like,
It literally happened to me. I lost my whole face of the franchise quarterback. Like I wasn't able to play it anymore
yeah.
because
And it'll go
franchise.
by the wayside because it's not, oh, it's you're not paying for it. It's just your inexpensive, not important time that you're dedicating to this shit product that, like I said, if a COD player or Elden Ring or Overwatch had only like a small chance of logging in and they would move on to a different game. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. So it's, to me, like I said, you can be optimistic and it's fine. But to me, it sounds like EA is just that abusive boyfriend or girlfriend that just sitting back there clapping your cheeks telling you, oh, I'm gonna change, I swear. Make sure you buy the new Madden packs, you filthy pig. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna change, franchise is gonna be better. You better spend all the money, I swear to God. It's just gonna be, yeah, it's just that over and over again. And I can't sit there and accept that pounding anymore. Hopefully people step out, bow out, say I can't do this anymore. I can't do this to my mind, myself, my body, just taking up all this time. I don't know. I stepped away from it a couple of years ago in terms of just needing to get it like day of playing, not just franchise, but playing, like investing my time and money into MUT. I dropped that like 3 or 4 Maddens ago because I mean the writing was on the wall. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. Nothing was getting any better. None of the things that I liked, being mostly just franchise and stuff like that. No, all these qualities and all these features that were in Madden 04, Madden 05, 70 plus features, over 100 features taken away throughout the years. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Then
ridiculous. And
they re-add them in later years and make it act like they're new.
yeah, exactly. I mean, to those who don't know, like X Factors, this isn't the first time we've actually seen X Factors and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's just all repackaged and reversed,
And
and
this
it's
new like passing that they say is new, like you were able to
no,
do it
yeah,
in previous. Like, I
yeah.
don't know if anyone watch Angry
Watch
Joe's
Angry Joe.
Madden
There's a ton
reviews.
of YouTubers that break down just how the
Yeah,
Madden franchise has just fallen apart
Angry
throughout the years.
Joe does like hour-long videos on
Yeah,
Madden. Like they deep dive into
yeah.
like
He gets animated,
everything.
but he makes some very valid points. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just yeah. It's just true as that. I
His
mean,
Madden videos always get millions of views because he does always say facts.
yeah,
Everyone,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, he incorporates, I mean, people that also just I guess for the lack of a better term, just shit on the game itself and just focus on like, this is what they promised you, this is what you got. It's not the same. You are getting screwed over. And it's just the people that I
And
can't
then
think of.
like when he talks about how they make like billions of dollars and they
Yeah. And
never
then they cry poor
change
and say
any
that,
they
yeah.
never change anything. Like it's so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So I hope there's actually, traction to this. Oh, we're gonna get stuff done. Otherwise, people are gonna be getting the axe. I hope that's real. But again, I feel like I've heard this promise all before. So I don't want to get my hopes up. I just simply just don't want to get my hopes up on it. Either way, if you were good on NFL, Madden, Packer, Bear, we can move on to some quick NHL, some quick MLB, and then we'll cap it off with rest in The Last of Us. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Let me see. Got the plugs out of the way. No bit.ly/ no sub bets. Go ahead and do that. I'll talk quick MLB just because we got that on deck. Elvis Andrus went ahead and signed a 1-year deal with the White Sox. Hey, I was kind of shitting on him when we did this last year. He showed up, had a pretty solid outing for the time being. We have a hole at second base right now, so Matt, whether it's him getting the start for a while or him just getting Romy Gonzalez or Leo Sosa. I'm just bad. I'm just awful with names. Whether they're getting them trained, ready to go, just a veteran experience at that position, that's fine with me. Good to go. If he's going to be playing every day, that's fine. Otherwise, I sat down. I was able to talk to Richie Chicago. I broke down spring training headlines, some Mike Clevenger talk, and just from FanFest being canceled. So overall fan reactions and just fan insight. What we kind of thinking, what the season's going to look out of the just the outright look of the season. Go ahead, check that out. I'll link it below. It was
Happy belated birthday to Richie
there
Chicago.
we go. Hey, we go. Happy belated birthday, my guy. Yeah, that again, Shoot Your Shot Sports Talk. Hopefully he's gonna be dropping that. He just dropped that. Hopefully he's gonna be dropping that consistently, and hopefully I'm on there more often again. I'm sure that'll be in the cards. I didn't want to exhaust all my talking points, so kept it pretty limited, kept it light. Like I said, I'm like the first 10 or 15 minutes into it, so no need to jump around. I'm pretty early at the beginning. So again, I'll link that below. Go ahead. I don't want to take any more time on that. We got a couple more other things to get to. So yeah, with that being said, we get some NHL. Actually, like I said, I made the call and I asked for it maybe a week or so ago, and he delivered. Wild Bill is going to be here in voice message version, able to break down a little bit of Patrick Kane talk. Well, him not being traded, Jonathan Toews not being traded, but for I guess long COVID symptom reasons, so yeah, you just can't be traded. Either way, here's Bill able to help us out break this down. So take it away there, Bill Gay.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Wild Bill here with a quick little Blackhawks update. As of today, Monday, Blackhawks sit at 41 points in the standings, which is good enough for second to last place in the entire league. I believe we sit tied with the Columbus Blue Jackets and 1 point above the Anaheim Ducks for that last place spot. So right where the Blackhawks want to be. Hashtag tank for Connor Bedard is in full effect. Even though I got a funny feeling Gary Bettman's gonna try and rig this fucking lottery. He's gonna send Connor Bedard to Phoenix or to Anaheim. He's just gonna stick it in our ass a little more, punish us a little more for the whole Kyle Beach incident. I guess in other good news, All-Star weekend just came and passed. Seth Jones was the lone representative for the Blackhawks. Actually participated in the hardest shot competition. Didn't win, but good to see a little representation from the Blackhawks there. The biggest news, obviously, the trade deadline coming up. A lot of talk around Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane. And then a couple other names, Andreas Athanasiou, Max Domi, they're having decent years. I fully expect those guys to be shipped off somewhere. But for Toews and Kane, we actually just got some news yesterday. Jonathan Toews has missed some time recently, and he's going to miss some time with some COVID-related issues. And Kyle Davidson in the front office of the Blackhawks actually came out and said he will not be traded this deadline for those reasons. So Jonathan Toews, he's going to be sticking around for the remainder of the year. You know what? I would have liked to seen him move, and I understand, not getting rid of him now because of the whole situation with his health. But a guy like Jonathan Toews would be a great addition to any playoff team. A guy like Jonathan Toews, every team would want a centerman like that. A second, third line centerman is going to win faceoffs, kill penalties. He's good. He's still playing great in the offensive, defensive, 200-foot game, which has always been his game. But the biggest thing is he's a leader. He's a captain. He's been there. He's done that. He's got 3 Stanley Cups under his belt. And just like we saw with the Toronto Maple Leafs going out and trading for Ryan O'Reilly, same thing, two-way centerman, great face-off guy, a leader who has won a Stanley Cup with the St. Louis Blues. Jonathan Toews is exactly that. So on one hand, as a Blackhawks fan, great to see him here. But just as a hockey fan, I would have liked to seen him, contending for a Stanley Cup. And that brings us to Patrick Kane, where, recording this Monday. I know you guys drop it on Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday night, the Blackhawks take on the Maple Leafs at home, and Patrick Kane is one of his greatest games of the season. 4 points on the night, a hat trick, and an assist. It just comes to show this guy is an ageless wonder. He is a true generational talent. And I think that Vladimir Tarasenko trade might have sparked a little fire under Patrick Kane's ass, because last week the Rangers go out, make a trade for Vladimir Tarasenko, winger from the Blues. Fuck St. Louis, by the way. They trade for him, and everybody's been talking, Patrick Kane, Rangers. It seemed like that was going to be the move. Interview a couple weeks ago of Patrick Kane after the Tarasenko trade. You sort of heard in that interview that Patrick Kane was a little upset. He even sort of had his mindset that he was going to be a Ranger, and now, that's not happening. So I still expect him to be traded. He could go somewhere like Boston. Maybe if the Rangers move some money around, could get him up in New York. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But another big trade spot, a lot of people aren't really talking about are the Carolina Hurricanes, which is sort of Blackhawks 2.0 anyway, with Teuvo Teravainen, Antti Ranta, a couple other former Blackhawks over there. You throw Patrick Kane on that team over there, I think they're second or third in the Eastern Conference right now. They're front runners for the Stanley Cup in the East. So, I believe the trade deadline's coming up March 3rd, so I believe we got like a week and a half. And like I said, Max Domi, Andreas Athanasiou, Patrick Kane, expect them to be gone. That's our Blackhawks update. Hopefully you guys liked it. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. Nick, Mike, I love you. I'm taking off. I'll see you guys around. Go Blackhawks!
Hell yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. We love you over here, Bill. Always want you and always need you over here sometimes. Definitely for that Blackhawks update, like I said. So that was good. He just wanted me to add also as well, just similar to what he said about Jonathan Toews, basically in the same breath would argue the same thing for Patrick Kane. You would only want him traded as much as a guy like me or everybody else just wants to see him in a Blackhawks jersey forever. He deserves to go out there and still win and still be used and still be on a team that's relevant and ready to win. So again, as selfish Blackhawks fans, we want him on the team forever, but as a guy that just wants to see him prosper and win all the time, go to another team. I mean, that more than okay. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. You've done everything for us and more. You got us everything. Like you mentioned, 3 Stanley Cups. Love it. So that's good. So I mean, goes for both of them. Goes for Jonathan Toews and for Patrick Kane. They both still got a little bit in the tank. Still both deserve to go out there and play some meaningful hockey. So good on that. If we were ready to go, we can get into some wrestling. Like I said, thank you, Bill, for that.
Thank you, Bill.
There we go.
The expert of hockey around
Absolutely.
here.
Dude, he's fucking killing it. He's been helping me out on those bets.
Yeah.
Killing it in our little group chat.
Making money, us money.
Fist. Absolutely. Getting me out of the basement. I had like $3 left. I've taken his, just doubled down every time I won, just whatever the profit was, double down. I'm back up. I've turned $3 into 25, just in like a couple things.
I'm gonna put my whole savings on the next one you send, Bill. So
yeah. Here we go. It's got some wrestling. Let's go. Got some wrestling. Got some Last of Us to wrap us up with. So here we go. Let's bang bang boom. Let's get into it. Like I said, just the NFL, the halftime Super Bowl went on. Rihanna killed it. Everyone enjoyed it, I guess, except for Goldberg. Went ahead to say that it was, I guess he was disgusted by it.
What?
He went on to say some ridiculous things. I mean, dude, if you, I don't know what he expected. If you don't want a pregnant girl to sit there and dance and be still talented, if you just wanted her to sit there and shake her ass, I don't know what you wanted Rihanna to do. That's not really up her alley. So I don't know. It's funny that he says that. He didn't.
He wanted her to almost break someone's neck live on.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's funny that he says I didn't like her performance. I don't think I've ever liked a single one of his performances. I don't know. And yeah, but speaking of breaking necks, yeah, if she's not breaking hers, he'll end up breaking fucking Undertaker's neck when he went up there for the jackhammer. So stuff like that. I just thought it was kind of either it could have been a cross of a few things. Maybe he legit actually felt that way and wanted to get his point of view across, or he just wanted to get his name out there in the topics of discussion rotation because his A&E documentary just came out. And I just really like that it highlighted his WrestleMania 20 match with Lesnar, which may have been the worst wrestling match, not just in WWE, just maybe the worst wrestling match put together in the history. Maybe not because of how bad the performance was, just because everyone knew what was going on. The 30,000, 40,000 people heckling that entire match. And it even made Goldberg contemplate not even getting back in the ring, which he shouldn't have. That should have been the last of it. Shouldn't have seen him anymore. Just keep him in movies, and that would have been it. Keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, and shut up, because nobody else really likes your opinion. Other than Vince, our buddy Vince.
I
the
was
Counter.
gonna say Vince
That's his-
isn't gonna like this segment.
That's his number one guy. I don't care. It is, it's terrible. You broke Bret Hart's face and you ruined his career. So you're a dick. That's about it on that. Goldberg, not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of him over here.
Yeah, Ryback might be better than him.
You know what? Yeah, that's fine. I'm more than okay with that. I'll sign my name next to that statement. I really don't care. They're both just awful. Yeah. Speaking on to keeping with WWE, we got kind of unrelated in terms of just what action and all that stuff went on, but I just couldn't help but notice that WWE 2K23, the Icon Edition, is going to be $120. I think it's a scam. I think it's an absolute scam. You can read between the lines. You're basically just pre-committing to the DLCs that are going to be coming out. So I guess you're going to get the value in that there. But otherwise, you're just going to get a bunch of My Faction packs that won't be useful in a couple months from now, even if they're useful at the beginning. I don't know anybody that plays My Faction in any sort of sense. You're going to get a bunch of skins and arenas that you can just download on the community share page anyways, if you wanted to do that. And yeah, more or less more of that. So unless you really truly need to pre-order it and get Bad Bunny, I'm going to go ahead and wait till it's on sale in X amount of months when it's halfway down the line. So not hating on the gameplay, not hating on it itself. It's just these game prices are getting absolutely ridiculous. So just wanted to throw that out there. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on the game itself? Right? Or just the Icon Edition being $120 for?
I'm excited for the game, but yeah, I guess that's just typical how those, like the deluxe editions, that's just like how much those really are nowadays. Sadly.
Bonkers. And even when it was a few years ago and it was just $99 for the Ultimate Hall of Fame edition, you're gonna get exactly what you're basically getting in this. You're like, like a Hulk Hogan skin and a new arena that you couldn't get if you did this and that. It's just like, that's not worth it. That's not worth a Benjamin to me. That's just ridiculous. And exactly that. I'll be excited for the game. I'll always look forward to it. And getting together and playing these games has been fun. And it hasn't been super buggy. Some time to time 2 years ago, 3 years ago was pretty bad, but last year was better.
They took a 2-year break and they fixed it for
whatever
sure.
The year that Battlegrounds came out, which that one, whatever. If you're just gonna slam together a quick little arcade style game, that's fine. Not knowing you're not gonna make a big buck on it, which that was just an ultimate cash grab. Everything was for sale. You needed to buy every character in that game. It was free on PlayStation.
I don't even think I played that once.
Yeah, I know. No, we did. I think we played it one time because it was free. It was free on the PlayStation.
Okay.
We played it one time. It was just so ridiculous. I think we were like the big show and we played against the worst overall player and we still ended up getting our ass handed to us.
Oh my God.
So just something really bad. I don't know. It's just, whatever. Like I said, I'll wait till it's on sale. I'll wait for even the DLCs sometimes go on sale too later on in the year. So if you just play the long game, play the waiting game, more power to you, because you're not getting a copy and paste necessarily. I still like the showcases. The Rey Mysterio one they did this year, I played through it. I think I had a nice little time. They're gonna have a John Cena one obviously this year, being the cover athlete. So
you're not gonna like that, huh?
Might not really be a big fan of it, but it is what it is. I just like doing the achievements and getting all the extra.
Speaking of wrestling, Tony Khan has an important announcement that's up next. We're watching live on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday.
Oh, geez.
It's Brad. My guess is it's Forbidden Door 2.
You think it's gonna be the Forbidden Door 2? I think there's good talks of that. Some people are speculating it might just be the announcement of Ring of Honor dates and stuff like that, but I think that's already been public knowledge. So either way, I mean, keep me in the know. I kind of have my back to it, unfortunately. So I should have done this in the pregame.
Yeah, but I don't have my sound or the subtitles on, so hopefully they show like a picture or something.
Yeah, I hope they say something.
Yeah,
I'm trying to pull up Battle in the Valley results, and we can go over results from that really quick and just. Quick little thing on that, and then there was Elimination Chamber results. We can also blow through that as well. So let's go ahead and start from the top. Oh, gee whiz. That's just the entire card not telling me. Oh, why are they not telling me who won? Okay, I'm not reading through this whole thing. I'm sorry. This might be a little lull. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm just not going to edit around it. Either way, I understand that Jay White lost his match to Eddie Kingston. That was probably the big takeaway. They made a stipulation maybe a week or so before that actually got started. Loser leaves New Japan. Eddie Kingston ended up winning that match. Jay White is going to be leaving New Japan for the foreseeable future. Of course, it's one of those things. He'll probably be back sometime soon, but yeah, I guess more speculation that they're going to get him signed up for WWE or get signed over to AEW more, hopefully. But there was also reports that WWE is looking at another name over Jay White. And some are speculating that might be Kenny Omega. So it's just been a big speculation fest on the dirt sheets and on Twitter and Facebook between who's going where, who's doing what. Again, if for those who don't know, Kenny Omega's contract was due to expire early this year, 2023. But due to injury, it may have been extended. It might have just been added on underneath the table, kind of, just a deal with Tony Khan, something like that. But either way, he's there in the meantime. He still has the trios tag team titles. There's nothing like that. I mean, he's still working on the video game and stuff like that. I don't see necessarily where that's going to be. I don't know where all the fans and all the beat writers for wrestling just the wrestlers' morals are really loose, but I don't know where in my mind people are just like they're just going to throw away all their morals, everything that they promised and they said, they're just going to throw it all away and go to WWE every single time. I mean, I don't know. This just seems like a stretch for every single person. And then there's talks of the Young Bucks going, and I don't know. Everyone can go anywhere. It's up in the air. So I mean, like I said, that was the big hullabaloo hoopla, that big takeaway so far from New Japan's show. I know also Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, she won her IWGP Women's Champion against Kyra, who used to be Kairi Sane in WWE as well. I believe Okada, he retained as well. I'm trying to just blow through these.
Tony Khan is standing in front of a curtain.
Oh, geez.
They're like backstage. He's shaking hands with Adam Cole. What is that? Now Adam Cole's talking to Renee.
Oh, he had a quick little tidbit. So, I mean, he introduced the last, for some reason, it was him that introduced the last Forbidden Door. Maybe they're doing exactly that, like you just said. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of hard.
I saw him say next month, I think.
Say
next month.
I'm trying to read his
lips.
Yeah, get those lip reading going.
What are they?
Let me
what
see.
Is he saying?
And I'll quickly blow through the results I'm finding. David Finlay beats Bobby Fish. I know Bobby Fish was still involved. I thought he was doing boxing. Kushida, Vig Volder Jr., Kevin Knight, and the DKC defeated. I'm not even going to read the rest of that. I don't care. Kenta defeated Fred Rosser for the Strong Openweight Championship. Eddie Kingston defeated Jay White. Motor City Machine Guns defeated West Coast Wrecking Crew by pinfall, and they're going to retain the Strong Openweight tag titles. Didn't know they had those. It's pretty cool. Well, love the Motor City Machine Guns. Zack Sabre Jr. retains against Clark Connors. We know Clark Connors from the previous Forbidden Door. Tom Lawler, one of my favorite themes, defeats Homicide by submission in a Filthy Rules fight. That sounds actually pretty fucking wild. So
Filthy Rules.
I mean, he's a part of Team Filth, so that makes a ton of sense. Filthy Rules fight. The two women, let me see. I'm just reading the report after the Mercedes Moné and defeating Kairi Sane. Says the two women shook hands and hugged as a sign of respect after the match. Pretty cool. And they have a little thing tidbit up there. And the main event, Okada defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi by pinfall to retain the World Heavyweight Champion. All good on that. Seemed like a pretty good show. I don't know if they overran or overlapped with Elimination Chamber, but I don't know. It seemed like they could have put up a little bit of, in my opinion, at least could have put up their money up against them and had a good time. But I know, of course, since the Sami Zayn main event being the big draw, according to something I saw, they had almost 20 million views during the main event part, that's wild. That is absolutely bonkers.
Wow.
I mean, that just goes to show you that this storyline is absolutely hitting on all cylinders. And, call an audible, dude. If we see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go up against the Usos for the tag titles, it would be one of the biggest dropped balls. I know they're going to kill the match and they would absolutely kill it, but not having Sami Zayn in there for the World Heavyweight Champion at this point would be it would be so completely deflating. Just so I don't know. A lot of people are alluding to that, and it's just sometimes you're like, oh, you got to go against you got to give the people what they want sometimes. That's why the best friends hug in the middle of the ring every single time. They give the people. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know. We're not the ones sitting up there in the writers' room every single time, but I don't know. I feel like it was just a huge drop ball situation if they don't go with that. And of course, that can lead up into the Elimination Chamber results. I can just kind of breeze through in my mind. I don't think they had any pre-show matches, even if they did. Who gives a rat's ass? I think they opened with the women's Elimination Chamber. In my mind, hate on it or hate on me all you want. That match, besides 1, 2, 3 spots, was simply a 6-person elimination match and it just so happened to be a cage surrounding it. Nothing was utilized. There's again 1 or 2 cool spots that a sunset flip by Liv Morgan jumping from the pod, that was pretty cool, but otherwise nothing was utilized. Did not matter.
Rodriguez slammed someone through one of the pods. I thought.
I mean, yeah, done that before a million times. Yeah. Otherwise, there was that. I mean, there was also, if you caught my tweets in the beginning of it, they just decided to waste everyone's time going by every single pod and just saying hi. Like you're not going to see each other in a couple of minutes. The entrances were just mind-numbingly I just want to scratch my eyes out. Just get to the match. Oh my God. It was ridiculous. So again, and for all that, and I think for Asuka to come out on top, fine, whatever. I feel like I should get a couple dollars back from the Royal Rumble, because not only did spoiler, Austin Theory won the Elimination Chamber for that. He was one of my Royal Rumble winners, and Asuka won the Elimination Chamber, one of my Royal Rumble winners. So I feel like I should get just my play-in money back. I feel like that's fair. Yeah. Besides that, let me see. There was Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley ended with a disqualification. They just did, and I again said it in the tweet, when these Brock Lesnar matches feel like the old "Here Comes the Pain" or "Shut Your Mouth" video game, where you can start off a match with five finishers right at the beginning, no need to get momentum up. That's exactly how these matches are. Spears and F5s and Spears and F5s, pin attempts and kickouts, and there you go. Hits him with the chair, or hits him with the low blow. Match is over. Boring, just so boring. And then this talk of it might be almost versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Good luck with that one, pal. Good luck with that one. I'll leave it at that. So overall, yeah, I'm seeing the grades on this. They have it at a C-. I would give it an F. That was absolutely atrocious. Like, what, this big build up. Oh, Brock Lesnar can't sleep at night. He's sitting next to Sable. He think about Bobby Lashley. All right, dude. All right, yeah, make that a big thing. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor. Can't hate on it. Can't like it either way. I was watching the NBA All-Star during this time, so can't make heads or tails about it. They hit the Shatter Machine, Edge and Beth Phoenix, so that was pretty cool. Dax Harwood even tweeted Shatter Machine, so that was awesome. Like I said, I can't make heads or tails on this match. The grade, from what I'm seeing, CBS gave it a B. There you go. I'll take their word for it on that one. Men's Elimination Chamber. Some are saying hit all around the board. I'm gonna say miss. Where were the stars other than Seth Rollins and Austin Theory? And I mean, we're New Japan guys. We're the indie guys that follow around. But I saw Bronson Reed, didn't care. I saw that Johnny Gargano was in this match, didn't care. Montez Ford, I mean, when those half tag teams go in there, they have no shot. And then I can't even think of the last guy. It's gonna be right in front of my face. Damian Priest again. Just he's not going to do anything either. And then I come to find out that this is even for a number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship or nothing like that. This is just simply for the United States Championship. So I mean, it's just. I felt like I was taken a little bit out of it in that way. I always feel like the Elimination Chamber is best suit for the top title in both regards, whether it's being the number one contender for said title or putting that title on the line in that match. So I don't know. I felt like in my mind, I was taken out a little bit by that, but overall, a couple of spots that were just like they're pretty cool. Seth Rollins and Gargano getting Austin Theory in the pod and beating the shit out of him like one of those those boxing videos inside the phone booth that has been going around. So they did that. Gargano almost got killed twice. I mean, he did an acid Rana on Bronson, 300 plus pound Bronson Reed. Didn't look like he was going to go fully over and land on his neck. And then he decided to do the same thing off of a pod. And Damian Priest was like, I'll catch you, psych. Johnny Gargano basically lands on his face on the ground. So, yeah, I don't know. He in my mind, Johnny Gargano had a death wish in that match. I don't know what was going on. Montez Ford takes a nat, and I mean, he sold the shit out of it. He took I didn't know what the spot was or where he got hurt necessarily, but he gets eliminated and he's on the ground. They open up the door, they get the doctors in. And for a minute, I was like, oh, fuck, that's serious because they completely stopped everything. Usually if it was a work or something like that, Rollins and Theory would still be going on later on, but it was completely sidetracked. And I kind of took me out of it in that sense too. Like, if you're doing a work injury, make it a little bit quicker. Or if it was just a way to get this door open for Logan Paul to get in like he did, make it. There's another, in my mind, there's other creative ways to get in there. So that's fine. They're setting up for Rollins versus Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get into that later on when WrestleMania season actually gets to it. Make me care about it, and I'm all for that. If I'm on paper, I'm not really sold on it just yet, but if they can turn around, make it a blood feud or not so comedy acting or something like that. If it's like Seth Rollins is taking it personally, I guess, like, oh, these guys are coming in and trying to make a mockery of my sport or something like that. So make it a blood feud, make me care about it. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to close the window on it's Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. I don't want to see that. I'm going to keep it. I'll keep an open mind for now until they don't. Let's see. That's fine. And in turn, of course, Austin Theory retains his U.S. title. It's fine. I guess that's fine. I got no real quarrel with that. If they want to keep that heat on them, that's fine too. But again, that really just made up for what was the main event, main potatoes. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn, and you know what? Excuse me. It was okay. I'm not gonna. They hit a few spots. They were pretty good. That long part where they're just sitting there standing and the hot crowd is going absolute ape shit. I liked it and I didn't at the same time because I love the crowd. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But they needed to capitalize on it. If they would have they waited for them to die down. And what was the first thing that they did? A collar elbow tie up. That's not, I don't know. Maybe it's just being like the AEW guy and everything starts off with a bang, bang, boom and a jump and a flip and a kick. But I feel like playing how in my mind it could have went out, have Roman sit there in the corner, introduce Sami back and forth. He's done. He's still in the corner acting like it's not a big deal because it's just Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn runs fucking into him like an insane person. Haluma kick. Either goes for the pin attempt or Roman Reigns just immediately rolls out and Paul Heyman's grabbing at him like, oh my God. Oh shit. Oh my God. I mean, I felt like that could have just capitalized immediately on the hot crowd and made it somewhat feel like, all right, Sami actually has a chance. And I don't know, just maybe hating on or being not in the right light. didn't really feel like he had it was some good false pins, but never really had that sense that he was going to lose or that he was going to win the title in any sort of way. So I hope again that this isn't the last time. I hope they actually end up putting the strap on Sammy. That would be it would just mean so much. For a ton of reasons. For this was turning into probably what they didn't have at the beginning of when they first introduced. Hey, let's make him an honorary Usi. That'll just be funny and it'll be a one-off type thing. And it's turned into this. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And for them, if like I said earlier, if they go for the tag team route, it's gonna deflate a big balloon that they got right there. So overall takeaways from that, I don't know if hopefully I didn't talk your ear off on that and take away everything from you on that. You have anything to take away from Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, again, I was at my buddy's apartment, and it was on in the background, so I was seeing the bits and pieces of it throughout the night, but I don't know, yeah, the Elimination Chamber seemed like they were fun, and we did see the whole main event. That was pretty cool.
Good.
The ending went on for a little while, just like little Royal Rumbles, and it was executed kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know how they're gonna set it up for WrestleMania with Cody Rhodes involved and everything, so it'll just be interesting. And yeah, with the Austin Theory, that was funny because when he won, I was like, oh, he's going to WrestleMania or something. And I saw him like lifting
Just
up the
holding his
US title. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Like if you had
The
missed it or if
US
you just weren't paying
title?
attention, like it's exactly that. If you were watching on mute, you're like, oh, this is just gonna be like a number one contender match. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was talking to Alan, just like Austin Theory's damn, like Austin Theory versus I don't know, I guess Roman Reigns or whoever the fuck it is. I don't
Some
know.
people are speculating that it would have been like if they want to de-unify the world champion, they could do Roman versus X one night, Roman versus Cody the other night, something like that.
That'd be cool, actually. Yeah, that'd be, and that's good that they have 2 nights now. That's a benefit of something they could do potentially. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I wish that I wasn't sitting and watching it fully, so I don't want to like give too many thoughts on it because I didn't see it all, but it seemed like it was fun. I'm excited for WrestleMania. So it's my favorite time.
Yeah, we're basically getting that set up right now. Yeah, we already think between Cody and Roman, Logan and Rollins, I think they already got Bianca and it'd be Bianca and Asuka, and then they got Charlotte and Rhea. Or are they doing okay? Yeah, so those are basically set up, ready to go. Of course, they'll probably have another one with. I mean, of course, Austin Theory will be there with some sort of title match. I'm sure the Miz is going to be hosting.
Cena.
Yeah, John Cena will be there. Unfortunately, just
it'll be John Cena versus Austin Theory.
Oh well, yeah, that'd be pretty good, I guess, to put him over in some sort of sense. But I mean, just in terms of I don't know, I can't sit there and I don't want to sit there and be like the big AEW mark and have anyone fucking call me out on that or something like that. But I don't want to sit there again. There was good things and there was bad things. I wasn't the worst WWE pay-per-view by any means, of course, but in terms of like, did it hit the mark for me? Not necessarily. There was a couple of good spots. I only wish, like I said, I had watched maybe the redeeming match could have been Phoenix and Edge versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley, I believe. So yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I didn't see literally anything besides the Shatter Machine and then the ending from it. So could have been okay. Don't want to completely poo-poo it. So I don't know. There's always room for improvement. And yeah, these like match, we've always gone over that, like Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view, or Money in the Bank as a pay-per-view. These matches that are these stipulation pay-per-views need to stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like there's a list that I saw. I was like, obviously you got the main four, you got WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. And then they had the list of B pay-per-views: No Way Out, No Mercy, Armageddon, oh god, I'm trying to think of Judgment Day, just all those fun ones from like the mid 2000s. And you're like, oh, those were badass. And just Backlash, just Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Monday, Cyber Sunday.
Those.
Cyber Sunday would flourish right now in this whole everyone's on their phone thing. So actually voting would be amazing. So I think that would be pretty fun to get that back into full swing. But whatever. I think that maybe that window is come and gone. Last little thing on wrestling. I'll try and keep it quick just because I know we're gonna actually get into deep dive into the post game show of the Last of Us recap. So I'll just keep it light. Maybe just introduce it and get our quick thoughts. Tony Khan versus Helena or Ariel Helwani. Man, I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a mess. I watched the interview from 4 months ago now. I guess maybe no one really noticed that it was that long ago. Watched it so you guys don't have to. I'll give Ariel Helwani the benefit. It was a little boring, not because of Tony Khan's part, but I think it's more or less because Ariel Helwani isn't really that good of a speaker. He's just completely emotionless, expressionless, and a little condescending, throwing in jabs, like saying, I don't know if again may have legit be a mistake, or it could be him trying to make a jabs like, Daniel Bryan. Oh, excuse me, Bryan Danielson, and then I don't want to take any more of your time after they just went on about a whole 15-minute thing about his time management and stuff like that. It's like, I don't want to take up any more of your time. If you want to get out of here, you can. He's like, Tony Khan's like, no, man, we're good. I got everything set aside, ready to go. We can talk all you want. And it's just the idea of like, he couldn't answer this. He couldn't talk about CM. This was, again, 4 months ago, just coming off of the All Out Scrum and CM Punk drama. So, maybe for legal reasons, he couldn't talk about everything. And in my mind, it was kind of like, if you interviewed, I'm trying to think of a famous magician. If you interviewed Penn and Teller, like, hey man, tell me all your secrets. Tell me your game plan. What's your show going to be tonight? And then you're upset when they say, no, I'm not going to tell you how this trick works. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to be doing in exactly 2 weeks when I can make money off of it. It's just like, why? Again, I don't know. Again, if you want to say I'm sticking up for Tony Khan or whatever, he's absolutely animated and he gets off track on questions, and he might not exactly. He gets a little overexcited and stuff like that, but in no way is he boring by any means. He's about as far away from boring. I mean, let me see. How did I word this? Ariel Helwani is closer to entertaining than Tony Khan is to boring. So I mean, that would hopefully that makes sense to you. Just talk something. Yeah, sure. He might talk a mile a minute, might not stay on task, but he's far from boring. Constantly condescending is Ariel Helwani. Can't keep it on track. In the middle of the interview, just like sidetracks, says happy birthday. Again, maybe just been a mistake, but like it's such a big guffaw like that in the middle of an interview, just completely sidetracked it. Again, I don't know. I don't want to sit there and say any more on it. The Twitter beef, it was installed and you saw it all the way through. Tony Khan throwing shots at him for being on WWE, just being on their thing. He's from Canada or something like that. He's just getting the fans all hyped up. Called Tony Khan a snowman, gave the neckbeards some fuel to make fun of Tony Khan. So I don't know. If Ariel Helwani feels like his bread is buttered at WWE, just say it and don't act like you're not an unbiased journalist when you're asking Triple H and WWE guys these softball questions, not asking them about, Vince McMahon, who, if you're offended by what Tony Khan's doing on Twitter, wait till you find out what Vince McMahon did. I mean, it's just kind of crazy like that. So again, should he be on Twitter, Tony Khan? I don't know. I guess he's quick to react, I guess, like a teenage kid. So maybe take it away from him. If you don't, who cares? It makes for some good videos and some good clips like this. So again, I don't know. Even in the realm of UFC and MMA, Ariel Helwani is like, oh, he's this, he's that. He gets bullied and dunked on by these UFC fighters all the time, and he's banned from UFC events by Dana White. So to think he's some big journalist that has all this pull and all this these clear qualifications, he ain't shit. Simply put, he ain't nothing. Again, if you're involved like me and you know who these guys are, your niche top X amount of percent that, you know, constantly looking on the internet for podcasts and looking for people that do notes and cover wrestling, then you maybe know about him. If you're a casual, just between UFC fan or WWE fan, wrestling fan in general, you have no idea who this person is up until last week. So that's really it on that. I got nothing really more on that. If you got any comment on it, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Team Tony Khan,
All the way, all the
fuck that guy.
time.
I never really liked him anyway.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if he was, I can completely dismiss being biased or being, you know, just straight up, just like, again, not giving the softball questions to the other guys. If he was just funny and entertaining in the smallest, slightest bit, but he's just so mind-numbingly boring. He's so bad. It's so bad. I would rather
very
watch paint
monotone
dry.
and yeah,
It's just brutal. So again, and not saying jump off the walls and bound and be, you know, turn into Tony Khan and be super animated, but dude, you are just fucking. I'd rather watch just old people fuck than rather watch your podcast.
Ooh.
So yeah, and your coverage is brutal. So there you go. That's it on that. We're gonna head to the post game show. If you got nothing else on any other wrestling in general, anything in general, anything.
Oh no, I'm okay on that, man.
Awesome. We'll wrap it up. We'll recap. So spoilers inbound, incoming. We'll take a 3-second pause. Hopefully in that 3 seconds you went ahead, liked and subscribed and followed all that fun jazz. Follow us on the Twitters and all that cool stuff too. This is gonna be, what is this, episode 6? This is episode 6 of The Last of Us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Let me try and think of the recap here. So we bounce back and forth. We just finished. Okay. Oh, this is my question. This is kind of why I wanted you here for sure. They take immediately they recap and they show you what happened to Henry and his brother, and then they shoot forward 3 months. Is that what happens in the game? Do you just automatically shoot forward 3 months, or is there like something else that happens in between?
I don't remember how if it shoots you forward that much, but that is the same point that they jump to, basically. So
okay, that was just I'm sure, again, I could have just looked up anywhere that would have been the confirmation. But I know there's a couple other things that go on during this time that may have strayed away from the game itself and all that fun stuff. But there was, of course, one of the most important scenes, and again, we'll get to that as slowly when we slowly get through this. So going through all that, they kind of get their game plan of where they're going, trying to find out where they're going after they're in this cabin, and we see this Native American family, old man and old woman, kind of just holding down the fort, and he coming home, killing some rabbits, telling them where to go. He's like, oh, don't go past the river, there's this, that, and the other. We find out later on that that's the town of Jackson, or the town of something with a J. Again, not really that important, but find out that that's their big cavalry going around. We get one of the big moments right away was, oh no, the dog's sniffing him. Is the dog gonna smell infected on Ellie? Turns out no, they just get a nice little pet doggy fest. They're like, oh, what's your name? Joel. I'm looking for my brother. We go into the town. We have the big reveal. Tommy's okay. If you went ahead and didn't watch the next time on The Last of Us, there's that. So a big hug, big talking, and all that fun stuff. They're walking around the commune. You're like, oh, we do this. We're a community. We give and take. No one really owns anything. Goes, oh, it's communism. You're like, oh, it's not really that. Yeah, it's communism. So immediately I was like, I don't like her. I don't like how that is. My natural freedom ticker went off, and I was like, I can't subscribe to that. Sorry, sir. So that was a no-go for me. Again, going around, later revealing on that, a bunch of stuff about the Fireflies, and you get more backstory about Joel. And then, yeah, the big, like, interaction was like, oh, Tommy's telling Joel I'm gonna be a dad, and damn, I was just like, when his reaction was like, oh, we'll see how that goes, and he responds back, we'll see how that goes. I was like, damn, how did you feel on that part? I was like, fuck, bro, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, Joel is just he's so like he's just so broken from his daughter dying. He
Yeah.
literally is so, and Pedro Pascal is just so he's so good at Joel. This episode had probably like the best acting so far in the whole show. 'Cause there's a lot of emotional scenes like that between him and his brother and like him and Ellie and stuff. So yeah, that was it. That was good. And that's stuff that's definitely all inspired from the game, which I always am just happy to see as a fan of that stuff. But they all do a great job of portraying those parts in their own way. So yeah, that was very that was very emotional. And then we'll get more towards the near the end of it too. But
yeah, it seemed like this episode was more focused on, I guess, internal conflicts more or less, because Joel is battling some demons, trying to figure out, he comes in thinking that Tommy's going to need some saving, he's going to need my help, but he's basically established. He's got a well established little town. They got electricity, plumbing, they got everything going for them. They're rocking and rolling right now. And yeah, you were seeing early on in the episode a couple other times throughout it that Joel's having some basically just like panic attacks, some anxiety attacks, and he's like grasping, holding on, taking some deep breaths, and he sees a girl that thinks he reminiscing, thinking it's his daughter. Obviously, she turns around, it's obviously not his daughter. But just having those type moments and stuff like that, there was never really, again, focusing more on internal conflicts. It was never really towards the end. There wasn't that like, okay, what's going to come in and fuck everything up? What's going to come in and be like, oh, what's going to be the oh fuck moment of this episode? Like there was last episode or a previous time when the infected is coming out of the ground, or I'm going to forget everyone's name, but they got to burn down the building and stuff like that. So when, again, it's every time in that episode, I'm always waiting for the, where's going to be my oh fuck, what are we going to do moment. That's what I always be, I guess I'm always looking forward to in these episodes. Sure enough, at the end we kind of got it. So yeah, again, just plowing through it. Joel has the conversation, they go back and forth. Then yeah, what comes on what more or less is the most important part. Ellie stumbles across the conversation of Tommy and Joel going back and forth. Joel comes to the impasse that he's like, I'm just sick of failing. I'm getting older. I couldn't kill that guy because I was just so slow and so deaf that I just couldn't hear him coming and shit like that. So I'm not what I used to be. I need you to take her. And Ellie, of course, ends up hearing that. They go and they end up having the probably one of the most important conversations, not just in the series so far, but it's one of the most like legendary sought after things in the video game. So I mean, I'll give it away to you. They from my understanding, they basically took it word for word, part for part, and then the inside the Last of Us episode, the character that plays Ellie, I don't know her name off the top of my head. She explained that like, hey, this was like, me and Pedro were like really like high tense on this scene because like we couldn't fuck it up. Like it need to be perfect, otherwise like it would be absolutely torn to shreds. So for you as a person that played the game, I mean, how did you feel? I mean, from my understanding, it was basically word for word, part for part. So just what do you think?
yeah, that part was great. It was literally just like you said, it was taken right from the game, everything, like where they're sitting, standing, saying, it's all exactly from the game. So maybe some new things here and there, but it was very cool. And yeah, it's just things like that where I'm glad that people are able to experience that watching the show and have the same feelings as people playing a game, because not a lot of people play games and stuff. So you literally get the same feeling from the show that you would if you're playing the game. So it's been really fun to watch the show so far for sure. And yeah, that part was great.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I think I said I was like, I was gonna wait for this series to just all log up and I can just blow through it all in one little sit down. But I'm glad I've caught on, and I'm like, I want to watch these every single time they drop, and I cannot wait to when they go. So
it's like, I've gotten my dad invested in them, and he texts us every week, and he's like, this show is so awesome. Like and so like my dad would never play a video game, but now I can talk to him about the story, and he'll literally know it because he's watched the show. So
and hopefully, at the risk of not, canceling your dad or whatever, when you're getting your text play-by-play from episode 3, he goes at the beginning, I'm not a fan of this, and then towards the end, he's like, man, that was great. Love is love. I can't hate on it. That was just an amazing story. So it's hitting all demographics at all points in time. So I think it's just if you were just a fan that played it 10 years ago and you're getting into it, or if you're just whatever. I mean, I don't know. Your dad's like up in the 60s, right? So if you're hitting that demographic, that's awesome. So especially for something like that, I can't be upset with that in either way. So there was that. Let me see. So that, again, that's the most important part, essentially up until that point, most iconic part. Going verbatim. I mean, again, you kind of what you alluded to may not have been the exact same, room or whatever the fuck, but paraphrasing in there together. But ultimately, they hit the mark. They hit exactly what they needed to. Got their point across. Big. And then the last thing, they're getting ready in the morning. Ellie's like, hey, whatever. He's gonna steal the horse. I was trying to get out of here before anybody, but they kind of gave her the final chance. The final like, hey, you get a choice now. I understand that I don't want to be so selfish and whatever. And then he just immediately picks Joel and just lets it go by the wayside that he was going to ultimately, abandon him or abandon her or whatever. But, let him get his head straight. That's all fine. Ultimately, that leads to, they got some supplies. They got a horse. They're going, 5 days, the 5-day trip down to some university in Colorado. That might be like a Firefly hangout. I just like that the monkeys were still staying on campus. They were somehow able to survive in that little.
That's also all from the video game.
Oh, that's cool.
Like,
that's
stuff
awesome.
is all from like in everything that they say on the it's just stuff like that. Like I recognize it's like everything they say on the horse, and like she's like, that's my first time seeing a monkey. Like that's all from the video game. Like,
one other thing that I absolutely thought was hilarious. So early on in the episode, she's like, hey, didn't say exactly this, but explain dams to me. How did this create electricity? And he goes, I don't know. I have no idea. He's like, she's like, dude, you could have made up anything. I'll believe anything you say. And then he goes on later. He's like, I was a contractor. Everyone loved contractors. And I don't know. Again, I think that was like him trying to like lie to her or do something like that. I don't know, contractor lore or whatnot. So I just thought it was pretty funny that it was exactly that. He was taking full advantage of, it is, it's the future. He doesn't need to be truthful or something like that. He could just tell her whatever. Again, he's like explaining football to her. He's like, so the team
that's
takes
also
10
in the
yards.
game.
Yeah, exactly. So just fun stuff like that. There was also like some stuff like she had the same clothes on or something like that. I don't know, just all those things that keep alluding to the game. More fun. The final thing that was just like a toss up of, I don't know if this happened in the game like this or if there was a different outcome or however this happened. We find out, I don't even know how to explain this. A big kerfuffle. They run into some people that are on campus, get into an encounter in the episode on the theoretical version. He gets stabbed with a piece of the bat, I believe. It somehow breaks off and he gets impaled on that. I believe, just again, not knowing it, but from just reading on YouTube, or some people put up a poll like, oh, did you like them getting stabbed with the bat or getting stabbed by a piece of rhubarb, I believe it was, in the video game. So I don't know how that actually, what the video game version of it is. And you can just tell me what do you think was maybe better, or you can just straight up tell us for the people that don't know the video game side of it, how does it happen in the game?
I thought that the way they did it in the show was more believable because
it was the complete flip side on the poll that I saw, but of course those can always be just bias or just,
he falls off a balcony on the second floor through a piece of it's on the ground, and it fully impales him. It goes through his entire body.
Oh,
like he's laying down in it. and Elias like pulls him out of it.
Oh my god,
I
that's
was if
terrible.
Even if they did that in the show, it wouldn't be believable.
No.
I mean,
would...
see, I don't want to. I guess we're in spoiler territory, so I might spoil something for you right now. But do you really think Joel is dead?
No, I mean, I think
Okay.
between I've seen stuff from I not everything, but I've seen just clips and blips from like The Last of Us 2 and like next time on, like we know
Yeah.
that he's gonna be
I'm gonna say if anyone's
okay.
listening, this is a spoiler for next episode for sure. Or not next episode, because next episode they showed it's gonna be
all about
Ellie's
Ellie and their trip
backstory.
to the mall. It looks like
They're gonna really make people wait to see if Joel's okay. But
that's good.
Spoiler alert! But Joel is in the game, at least he's fine from that.
Fair enough. Yeah, and
I would just say it wouldn't be as believable if he got impaled off a second story balcony. Like, I don't know, it just seems like it could be more believable
that's
from
way
him
more
recovering
gruesome.
from
Way
this
more
that.
gruesome. Yeah, that just sounds ridiculous. And of course, it could be exactly like you just said. It might be completely okay, or he might have some lingering effect after he gets stabbed or impaled by this bat. So there could still be some time on that. I know it's exactly the next episode is going to be her alluding when maybe an episode or two ago, I think it was in episode 2. She said like, "Oh, what was your first time interacting with infected or seeing anything or doing anything?" He's like, "Oh, I went to the mall," and we were kind of mentioning this, like, "Oh yeah, malls." Like the whole concept of that would have been brand new to her. So her wanting to go in there, ride the carousel, and all that fun stuff, all that fun jazz, seems pretty cool. And I guess her friend's like a firefly, so she's got a gun and everything. So I don't know. I would definitely be of course tuning into all that and more on that. So
that's actually a DLC which I never played, so I honestly don't even know what
there you
happens
go.
in
I guess
that.
we'll all
It'll be something I've never seen before.
we'll all be learning something new this episode, I suppose. I guess that'll be pretty
but I
cool.
see everyone putting like sad faces and stuff, so I can only imagine what's gonna happen.
There was that. My girlfriend showed me. She's like, "Did you watch last night's episode?" Because she's not into it just yet. I'm gonna try and get her into it maybe when the season ends. But she's like, "Did you see last night's episode? Why? How does this meme make sense?" And it was Nick Sirianni crying, and just the caption was, "We can't have nothing nice in The Last of Us."
Yeah, I liked the tweet. I retweeted a tweet. It was like, "Does anything good happen in this show?"
Yeah. Can't have nothing nice here. Can't have nothing nice here in Detroit. Either way, that seems like it's pretty good overall. I mean, I guess I was sitting there like, damn, when is like a big conflict gonna happen? When is my oh fuck moment gonna happen? They literally saved it for the last 30-40 seconds when he gets impaled. He's on the horse for a little bit, falls off, and it has that real moment of like, again, like if he died right there, again, you get spoiler, we'll get into it, or we already did, but not gonna die. But if he did right there, she's like, I don't even know what direction I'm going in. Like, I am so fucked. It's beyond I'm fucked. I might as well just shoot myself now, like type deal. So that, again, just putting myself in those shoes, which I have multiple times, where I'm almost having anxiety attacks, just sitting there like, I don't know what I would do. I'm not prepared in the slightest. So just constantly. So again, love this series. Another great episode. I can't wait for another good one. Maybe it's a filler, or again, maybe we're just getting in here and there's, but I still like what's being given to me. I'm digesting it. It's great. So either way, about wraps up Last of Us recap. If you were good on that, you're good on that.
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah.
All righty. Yeah, of course. Anything else that pops in, you can feel free. But this is probably gonna wrap us up over here. Episode 7 in the books. Thank you as always for joining us. Thank you for stumbling upon this on the YouTube, liking, subscribing, following us on the Twitters and whatnot. Like I said, I'll link down below. All that stuff. No bit.ly/no sub bets. Let me get hit. There we go. Maybe that'll sit there. Follow that. Go see my White Sox talk on Shoot Your Shot Sports Talk. I'll link that below as well. Mike, thank you for joining me as always. I was able to poke some fun at you today on Aaron Rodgers and some dark retreat stuff. So that was good. So it was all in good
Yeah,
fun.
always.
Either way, Alan, and take your notes. Thank you, Troy, for listening, and thank you, Bill, for the call in as well. Either way, stay tuned. Whatever. We'll see you next week for more stuff. And hopefully, I won't completely botch the ending.
Spike your hair.
Take care. Woo.